Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. This time is something a little different. Like many months ago, I purchased this old used GameCube. It was like a Pokemon Gate of Darkness special edition, as you can see. Pretty cool. That's this Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, jewel in the front of it, or on the top of the lid cover there. It's pretty neat. But the eBay listing I bought it from said it doesn't work. So I actually don't think I've ever tried to turn it on to at least see what it might do. But I think it said something like that. It doesn't read discs, maybe. So, and also a while ago I bought this replacement optical laser for a GameCube. I don't even think I've really opened this and looked at it yet, but it's been like probably years since I bought it. So this assembly I may be able to replace if that's truly the problem. But we'll find out. I kind of wanted to try to fire it up at least and see if anything happens. So let's go over to my Elgato capture screen. I have it set up for Pokemon Stadium right now that I'm also playing. I'm trying to capturing it, but let's see if something happens. No disc in there now, but I should at least see something if it works. So it lights up. Oh, okay. So it turns on. That's a good sign. I like. Oh, look at that, fancy. Oh, it actually does turn on, so that it gets that, at least that much works. I'm gonna try to disable color correction filter I have for my N64, which boosted the contrast, but it just made the GameCube look darker. Alright, so we are in. So, not much works, but it may be the reading the games part that doesn't work. So, I'll be right back as I need to go grab a game disc I don't have laying nearby, so that I can try to turn it on, or pop the disc in, I should say, and see if it actually does something. Okay. I ran over and I can show. Grab the game. I'm going to try a Pokemon game, because that's appropriate. I actually don't own Gate of Darkness. I do have Coliseum. Let's see if that loads. I think I'll crack open this GameCube controller I still have in the box. Yes, I never used. Very responsive. But I know I have an older GameCube controller laying around somewhere. Not sure where it is. Here, I can just plug this in. Don't need to do much. Okay. Now, and you see it's on, the light's lit. But let's go back to the Elgato. So we see how it worked. Not much. I want to put the actual disc in. You can see here. Up, got the disc. Sticking it in. Now let's flip back over and see if I can close this. It actually does something here. Here's something happening. Okay. Making noise. Error has occurred. Turn the power off and check the GameCube instruction booklet. Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's just try to reload it just for the heck of it to see if. Yeah, it does sound like there's some weird disk drive issue. Because it's just kind of making a little clicking noise. So I'm hoping I could crack this puppy open. Actually, yep, there it is. So it doesn't want to read the disk. So I hope it's a bad laser. Because I have that, I don't have a whole new disk drive. But the laser might be all I need to swap. I've never done before, so being a journey for both of us here. Alright. So get the disc out. So it spins. So that much worse. So it might just be the laser. It's not like it's completely non-functional. So let's got my iFixit toolkit. I highly recommend. Check them out at ifixit.com. Not sponsored, but I've been using their tools for years. I really liked it. So let's unplug all this. I'm glad the capture card stuff worked because I had like an adapter, an HDMI adapter, plug it into the card, my capture card. Let's unplug all this just so we can crack her open. Okay, so we got the new laser. Let's see if we can do this. Sorry if the camera's going to get shaky while I'm doing this, because touching the table will make it shake quite a bit. But we got some grooves in here on the bottom, quite deep in this hole. Hopefully my screwdriver reaches. We also got these covers for these serial ports, like for the Game Boy Advance player attachment. I have one of on my other working GameCube. I want to go to my screen. Alright. Go to iFixit. They actually have instructions for quite a few electronic teardown type things. You have to crack open certain things. I don't know if they do the GameCube. Let's find out. Nintendo GameCube. Okay, so let's see if I have a teardown here. Guide. All right, I want to open up the whole GameCube. Here we go. GameCube teardown. Oh, here we go. This is actually exactly what I need. I have one of these of moderate difficulty. Should take about 30 to 45 minutes. There's some flags. Okay. But let's start with step 1. Okay, so we need a game bit. Alright, okay, so it uses game bit. Yes, I do have some game bits. I think. I'm sure one of these in here is the game bit. Which one exactly it is. But yeah, see the kit comes with, switch back here, the kit comes with quite a few screwdrivers and bits and tools. So there's all the various things I should need to open up something like this. So let's, yeah, see, so they use the game bit, open it up. Let's see, which one would this be? Which one of these probably, so I have 4.5. There it is. Gotcha. See, this kit has everything. I highly recommend their Pro Toolkit. So now we know the game bit should be used. So I found the game bit. There, see? There we go. Let's focus on my bit. Oh, anyway, it's the one that came in this spot right here. 4.5 game bit right there. That's what the guide said. So that's, oh yep, it grabs it all right. Yeah, see, you got the, I undid the screws. Yeah, see, 4.5 game it, removed it, and then just lift it up. Okay, so leave it laying flat and lift it up. Okay. I think we're just lift this off. Okay, check it out. Oh, there we go. Now we have exposed the innards. Check it out. There's a fan, could use a good dusting. If this works when I'm done, it'll be amazing. Put the lid aside. Is over there. Okay. We'll lose our screws. So we got that off. Let's see what the guide says now. Okay, so gently press down on the clips located on either side of the back panel. You have to move it from the main part of the device. There's some clips over here. I see them. I think these. Okay, so I think this is okay. That was easy. Just didn't really have to do much with the clips. It just kind of fell off. All right, so that's exposed. Now, with the back panel removed, carefully unclip the controller ports at the front of the unit. I do not disconnect the ribbon cable, it says though. Okay, so as long as I do not disconnect the ribbon cable. Let's see. I think they. Oh yeah. I think they want you to carefully take this part and pull, but you gotta be careful so the ribbon cable doesn't tear. Is what they're saying. All right. So the ribbon cable is there, but don't touch that. They say. Let's put the screws for that one actually in it. If we can screw on there. Good. Look at this thing, partially magnetic there. Alright, so leave that attached though, they want us to do. Alright. So that casing, that optical drive assembly, the left side of the unit contains the cooling fan and its housing. Remove 2 screws attaching the cooling fan to the unit. So now we want the cooling fan right here. Okay. Oh, so these 2 screws here. Okay. And so you have to kind of dig deep into this thing to get to the optical drive, or to get to the part where I would detach the laser. Oh yeah, this, you don't want to detach this cable, it says. Let's just stick this like that. So it's attached but not in the way. Now we want to get there 4 screws. I see them. So these 4, man, these are some tiny screws. For this one I need the Phillips head number 1. Phillips. Okay, so we got those 4 screws out. Now what? Optical drive is secured to a metal plate using the Phillips number 2. So go back to that one. Unscrew the 12 screws. Oh my god, the 12 screws that are around the outer edge of the optical drive. For the love of... Alright, so these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I assume there's a few over there. I can't see from my angle. Yeah, okay. Okay, all 12 screws removed. And let's see, before I lift it out, let's make sure I'm supposed to do that. Separate the assembly from the rest of the GameCube unit. Okay. And we've done it. Oh, okay, so that's just one piece. Cool. Alright, so there we go. Got the GameCube drive assembly removed. So flip it upside down. Okay, I can do that. Get down, and there are 6 little tiny screws. So this thing just has to really come apart, doesn't it? Back to the number 1 bit. So there were 6 Phillips screws. We gotta take this metal plate off and everything. Alright. Yeah, you see all those tiny little screws, have to take all them out. 6. I see, so they kind of attached to the main board with this port. Just kind of lifts right off. Okay, all 6 screws out. Now, plate just come right off. We're just getting a pile of pieces, aren't we? So now we're down to this. Cool. I see the wire probably for the assembly we're trying to get at. Attaches to the back of the board. Now, see what the guide says. Yeah, don't disturb the ribbon cable, it says. Okay. Remove the blue wire by gently pulling. Have to remove this blue wire. Gently pulling, it says. Okay. Gently pull that cable out. Okay. And then disconnect the brown cable. And very gently pull that out. And all you see is just like pull it away and then it pops out. Nice. Okay. And now take the remove the 4 screws that attach this. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 5. Oh, no, that's not a screw. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Hopefully this bit's the right bits down. Take this whole thing off then. Yeah, that works. Alright. Check that out. And done. I don't want to detach any of those cables. Let's see what it says. They don't separate the cable. Okay, good. Now, man, use a flathead screwdriver to carefully remove the 4 plastic clips holding the drive assembly together. Oh, good lord. It's complicated. So once this board's out of the way, sit there. Now, disengage the clips. Okay. Got the clips out. So clips are holding this metal plate down. Run out of room to sit stuff. This is like stripping this down to its bare bones. Okay, now, but so far so good. Okay, now, like I haven't broken anything yet. Now we got that. Now we have the board. That one board still attached, and this whole assembly unit is good. Now, flip this over. Careful not to break those cables, it says. Don't want to do that. Okay, so we got this whole thing like this. Ta-da! Now, flathead screwdriver. Release the 2 clips located on the back half of the drive assembly. So on this half, here should 2 clips somewhere. Here we go. I think we're finally to where we want to be. There it is. Better look for you. Alright, so we finally got to the laser. I swear I hope the laser is the problem. It's probably not the issue. So nothing to change when I swap it. Now, we're to this part. Phillips screwdriver. Okay. I don't know which one, but looks like a small bit. Right. Number 3, final screws near the bars of the lens assembly. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I see. So there's that one, and this one. Ones I would have guessed, but okay. There. Probably not know which screw goes where when I'm done with this. Zoom in a little more just so we can better look for everybody. But now we need this one also. So we got that one, this one. Okay. 3 screws removed. Lens assembly can now be extracted. Okay. Oh wow, yeah. Comes right out, doesn't it? Okay, so we got the lens assembly. Oh yeah, look at that. Oops, there goes that bar. There's the whole lens right there. Focus on me. But yeah. Well, I keep focusing. There we go. But yeah, that's the lens. The whole assembly removed. Covered in grease. Grease everywhere. So we got the lens assembly. Stick it in this box. Just sit it right there for now. As we take our new and fresh one. I'll have to use some of the parts from the old one, like those bars. So let's take out. Yeah, it doesn't come with those bars. It's a new laser. So it'd be cool if this was really the problem, and we can now fix it. So we got those back like that, but I need to take these little doodads. Yeah, I'll swap over some of these parts. They don't mention that in the. Yeah, they don't mention that in this guide. Kind of gotta take these parts here and look, they just clipped right out. This little guy. All right, and these bars like come right out, covered in some kind of goo. I assume like some kind of grease or something. Keep them flowing. I don't know if I should clean them off or leave the grease on. Okay. I think it's in there. Got the assembly reattached, got those bars inserted. So these screws kind of go right at the end of each of the bars, so looks like they're in the right position. Now let's start the reassembly process. Okay. The reassembly process is complete. Now, let's see if it actually works. If that actually made a difference. I'm going to release the... Okay. Now it's good. It was like jammed there for a second. But one thing I want to do before I fire up, maybe give the laser a little rub down with some alcohol. So I'm going to go grab that real quick. So back in a sec. Okay. Back. Brought my 99% isopropyl alcohol. What I like to use for electronics type cleaning and repairs. Let's just put a little in the cap for some. Okay, got some of that. Put it over there. I grabbed some Q-tips. Soak one. The alcohol. And let's just give the laser that's in there a thorough little cleaning. Make sure this is going to be clean. I didn't mess it up when I was in there doing shit. Going to plug that in. Got the power cable somewhere over here. Gonna plug that in. Okay. Now, this is exciting and terrifying at the same time. Let's get the game. Got Pokemon Coliseum. Still gonna try it. Yeah, this looks good. I hope the laser assembly was the main problem. I felt like everything else was spinning like it should in there. But I think that laser is pretty good now. Hopefully it was just the laser assembly. This works. Yeah, amazing. Okay. Got the game in. Close it. Either way, it was pretty fun to disassemble and reassemble the GameCube, which I've never done before. So, now, this is the scary part. Let me switch my view back to Elgato, and okay, I'm nervous. I got a light. It turns on. That's a good sign. And okay, so I went right to the menu to actually read a disc. Oh man, this wasn't even spinning that time. Oh boy, what did I do? I went back together properly. Like I'm spinning. I'm trying to read it now. It's like worse than it was. Yeah, I didn't reattach the cable correctly. Alright, I'll have to troubleshoot this and be back after I figure something out. Okay, after some quick diagnosing, I tore it apart again. And when I opened it up, I noticed that these little levers here, one of them was like busted, or not really well, not busted, but it was like out of its slot. Let's see, I can zoom in. Okay, you see these two little levers, they bend backwards. And they should, I guess, both bend backwards simultaneously when, I assume when this whole thing's closed up. But one of them, this one was like all out of its slot and bent over sideways. And so when I put the case back on, maybe I must have knocked one of these loose or out of its groove. Because in order for the disc to engage, these have to be pushed down. That probably tells it the system's closed and everything's all ready to go. And when you let go of them, it stops working. So something was probably keeping these from engaging when I tried to fire it back up. Because I tested it quickly. I don't know if it's working yet, but the laser is like lighting up and looks like it's doing something when I tried. But these need to be like this in order for it to detect the disc. It starts spinning. So let's actually try this again. So I'm going to turn it on. Let's see. I want to be able to. So if I turn it on, there. So now it's just powering up, all open. See the light. The light is lit. So it's probably just going to the menu. I see. So it's at the menu now. But if I push back these two things, it should engage the disc. Check it out. Okay. So disc is spinning. The laser was lighting. Nothing's happening though. Maybe there's still something not quite engaging to tell it to try to play. I don't have a controller plugged in. Maybe that's it. Here, let me stop this. I'm gonna try to turn it off again and put the controller back. Let's see if I hold that while I. So at least now there's life in the freaking thing, but it actually is acting like it's trying to read a disc. I want to see if I can actually hold these down while I turn it on. Maybe if it thinks the whole thing's closed. Alright. So it's spinning. Trying to read, it's spinning. Oh my god! Everybody! I think it's working. It's working! I've done it! So it was a faulty laser. So now I know where. Look at it's playing Pokemon Coliseum! I fixed it! Holy crap! I didn't expect it to. I was starting to doubt if it was ever going to work. Alright. So, if we switch back to my wide view here. Yeah, see, I'm holding the things down a lot, but it's on, and see the disc is spinning. Laser's engaged, it's reading the game. So I'm gonna turn it off. And let go of that then. Oh my god, I did it! I fixed it! It's a fully functional GameCube now. So I'm probably not gonna use it to maybe play much ever because I have another GameCube with like a HDMI adapter that is attached to it and all that stuff. So it has like the digital output. The other one it has a digital output. This is like a different model where you only had the one, analog input. I have the model they released where it has the analog and digital. And the digital input on mine that I use typically has a little HDMI fancy adapter that gives it a better quality picture going to high def TV. But I bought this to be more of a collector's piece, as it was like a Pokemon Gale of Darkness special edition. But now I can say it actually works. Not just a pretty face, it also functions. All right. So this was a rousing success. So we've seen it function, so we know it's good. It must have just been these two things here to detect when it's all closed up. One of them was all bent out of shape and like knocked over. I thought I broke it, but luckily it just snaps right back into its slot. So I didn't actually snap it off. I have to be more careful putting the lid back on. That's probably my problem. I'm not sure which part of the. So it would slide somewhere. These must touch somewhere in here. And maybe they're constantly pushed back once the lid's on, so it tells you the lid's closed. So I'm gonna reassemble this thing, make sure these go into where they have to go, and then make sure it all turns on and works after the fact. And I'll see you in a second. Okay, GameCube fully reassembled. and I was much more careful putting the lid back on. I think when I put this half back on, I probably tweaked those little connectors or those little levers. I guess is what they are. They must have kind of like got snagged and one bent off, and then it was probably jamming it all up, so they didn't move like they should. So it never detected this lid was back on since they weren't actually engaging properly with the lid when it closes on top of it and stuff. But before I put all the screws back in, I tested it to make sure at least it seemed like it spins up and it looks like it's working. So let's try. I put the game in. Try one more time now that everything's all back together, and we will have a fully functional GameCube. So let us switch back over to the Elgato. Let me fix some of this here. I'm going to take some of these filters off, just the cropping, and get it centered, just so we don't cut things off. That's what I had set up for the N64. So let's power on. Lights up. Sounds like things are spinning. Yeah. Sounds like the disc is moving in there. What? Maybe it was a fluke when it worked the one time. It was just a weird fluke. Oops. Oh, it detects it. Okay. Seems like it detects the game. Press start. Yeah, okay, there we go. It's working. But it's kind of weird. I got that same error there. Started to make me think that maybe swapping the laser did nothing and it was just a kind of like just on and off or lucky when it works. But right now it's loading. Pokemon Coliseum. There it is. I have no memory card in there, so yeah, let's just do that. So that's weird. Could have been just a fluke reading the disc too, like the disc could be dirty or scratched up. That seemed like it was pretty consistently not working before I swapped the laser. Swapping it may have helped, and maybe it's just a bad disc that's making it a little weird, or it just doesn't want to. There we go. All right, so now it's working now. Could have been just a weird fluke when it didn't work that time. And swapping the laser did fix it. It's just a little flaky with the disc maybe, or if it's a scratched up disc. But well, here we go. I think I'll call this a success. Seems like it's working fine. Pokemon Coliseum. I don't know if I have any audio for this game enabled here. But yeah, there it is going. Okay, good. Good, so you should be able to hear the audio of it. I don't have headphones on, so. But hey, we got a working GameCube now. Seems pretty good. Let's just see what this can do. There we go. We got story mode, battle mode, options. Got rumble, yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. I feel that. All right. Okay. Nice. Awesome. Cool. Okay, I know before I said I probably wouldn't use this as my main GameCube because the one I have hooked to my big screen TV is better equipped to handle doing that. But this one looks fine to my computer and my capture card, so maybe I would treat this GameCube as my gameplay capturing GameCube. Like if I want to play Coliseum and record gameplay of it, or any other GameCube game, I can use this one and just hook it right to the computer like I have right now. But it's working. Turn it off. Turn it back on. Test it a few more times. Just one more, because it was weird. I got that same error, but it could have just been a weird disk read error that was unrelated to anything. Yeah, see now it's working consistently now. Could have just been a weird fluke of it not loading that one time. But I think, yeah, the old laser it never wanted to work, so I think the faulty laser was the problem, and I have successfully swapped it out. I'm psyched that this actually worked. I had my doubts. Especially, I had to tear this thing down to bare minimum, bare bones, to get to the laser assembly. And it was much deeper into it than I expected to have to dig many screws. But I think this has been a rousing success. It's fully functional. Old laser assembly was likely the issue. Not sure what was really wrong with it, but something wasn't working right. I didn't really look closely before I swapped it to see if it even lit up. Because this one, when I was trying to read, you could see the laser turn to red. And it's possible that this one never even fired up. The game was inside. But either way, I am super excited that this actually worked. And now I have a nice second GameCube and a special edition. It's ironic I don't actually own Pokemon Gale of Darkness. Last time I checked, it was pretty pricey. I really do want to buy it so I can have it because it's one. It might be the only GameCube Pokemon game I don't have. I know I got Coliseum, which is in here right now. I don't know if there's any more beyond. Yeah, I think the main two, the big two, are probably Coliseum and Gale of Darkness. But we can switch back over for a second here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, but see, this tutorial worked like a charm, walking me through it. Well, I highly recommend iFixit.com. You can also buy their tools, which is here's what I got. Toolkits. Yeah, here's the Pro Tech Toolkit. That's what I'm using. $70. I highly recommend it if you're going to do this kind of thing. Comes with every piece you could need. You got every. I actually have a much larger toolkit than this is a part of. But yeah, see, I got that whole. Comes with all the different bits and little tools to kind of unplug cables and pry stuff apart. There you have it. You've now seen me open up a GameCube, swap out the laser assembly, and now have a fully functional system which can play discs. And I am super happy it works. So I've been meaning to do this for a long time. I bought this thing for like months and months ago, maybe even almost a year ago at this point when I first bought it. Then I also bought the part at the same time. But I figured, based on the description of the issue, saying it just didn't read discs, that maybe the laser was the problem. Looks like I was right. Crappy little. I mean, luckily it just swapped it right out and it's working now. So everybody, hope you've enjoyed this. I'm glad it was able to end in success. If it did not end in success, I probably would have scrapped the video and never uploaded it. But now I'll probably edit this video and get it uploaded sometime in the next few days. So everybody, thanks for watching. Remember to like video if you enjoyed kind of thing. It's not every day I have the opportunity to open up a console to fix it. This GameCube is not as complex as some of the more modern systems, so it wasn't too hard in the overall scheme of things. But make sure you have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.